Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Pathfinder Kingmaker. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you're chose to join me today, even though we are doing a playthrough without combat. There will be no more fighting in this playthrough, and the reason for that is because we have basically been defeated. So, yeah, this is an unbeatable game as far as I'm concerned. Not unbeatable by me, or rather, not unbeatable by anybody, but definitely unbeatable by me. What happened over here? Everybody's dead. Ooh, nice, amulet. What is that? Oh, we can skin. No. Amulet of Mighty Fists. Yeah, we don't do that too much. Why is it not putting them all together? These ones in particular don't get put together for some reason. Anyway, it might have been... Oh, right. I think I know what happened here. The game might not treat these as actually two different areas, which it maybe should. So, we are right now in reality. It's the house at the edge of time, but this is the reality thing, because we keep changing between realities, really. And this was not here. A well that radiates magic, but it didn't allow me through before. Or did it? I guess we can find easily enough. But yeah, that's where we slept. And I didn't actually loot those things, so that's why they were there. However, we slept... Ooh, we found the Wriggling Man. Nice. We slept on the other reality, or the other world. And apparently those things got teleported over here. A Jabberwock statue. These guys have funny faces. I like them. But silent but still frightening. There's something uncanny in the fact that Nyrisa, having been defeated and nearly obliterated by this creature, placed a statue of it in the heart of her home. Did we know about this? Because I don't know anything about a Jabberwock killing, or almost killing, Nyrisa. And it's... Oh, it's another lock chest. Sure, whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that is. I don't know why, or, I mean, I know what that is. I just don't know why the game is saying that Nyrisa had that happen to her. Maybe it did. Anyway, we have some lovely books over here. The Book of Bitterness and Shadow of Absalom. It's important to keep up on your bibliography? Bibliography. How do you say that? You know, the books that you read. In English, I mean. How do you say that in English? Either way, you know, keep up on the reading. That's what's important. Nyrisa is obviously a woman of culture and studies. The Wriggling Man, or however he's called, on the other hand, is made of worms. So I wonder if we're going to be able to talk to the worms. Because it would be sort of funny to not talk to the worms. Definitely an exercise... let's get on this side so that he looks at me. Definitely an exercise in imagination. I also haven't found Amory. I am a little bit worried for her. Not for our prowess in combat, because we are not going to fight anymore. But, yeah. He does talk, unfortunately. Wriggling Man. Not Ringling. I think that means different things. Hundreds of worms make up the body of this foulsome creature, swarming and wriggling restlessly. But the creature doesn't seem alarmed. It turns to you and nods. It seems a gesture of politeness only, period dash. The worms have no eyes, and their common body no true head, only a simulacrum of the form that came before. "Hello, guest," says the bodiless voice. "What do you need from the Wriggling Man?" "What manner of creature are you?" "Ah, you seem surprised, guest. What disturbs you? Maybe it's our hair or our accent." You hear laughter in the faint voice of the Wriggling Man, or 100 voices sounding as one. "We are 1,000 reflections in 1,000 shards of a mirror. We were once one creature, a man. Few memories are left from our past life, but we know this person died and didn't want to accept it. His soul clung to his flesh even as it fell to rot, and corpse worms devouring the body, and thus we came to be." You must be so unhappy, says Arim. 1,000 souls all communally dragging out a pointless existence instead of just one. And we're going to ignore what he said because we're not actually going to have any follow-up for that because we can't. Are you always so calm when you meet those attacking the house? A wave passes through the creature's body. The worms arch and twist. It seems this is how the Wriggling Man laughs, even though it isn't because we heard him laugh before. When we decide that it's also, that's not laughing, so it's not how you laugh. You don't laugh by, I don't know, kicking a football up in the air. That's not laughing, it's just kicking a football up in the air. When we decide that it's our time to kill you, then we will certainly do it. And whether that happens now, in half an hour, or in 10 years, what is the difference? So I need the keys to the shrine. The Gnarly Witch offered me hers in return for your head. I want to hear what you have to say. Bold honesty. You are intruding in the dominion of Lady Nyrissa and making deals with our enemy, the Gnarly Witch. What do you expect us to say? Prepared to become food for worms? But we like using opportunities. What about an offer? Kill the Gnarly Witch, take her key, and you'll get ours. Since you are so eager to rush towards your own death, we won't stop you. That is not a proposal. You're really not... That is... No. I don't want to have to come over here again. I think I'd rather kill you. The Wriggling Man replies with 100-voice sigh. Or 100 voices sigh? Sure. Full of unconcealed irritation. Do we really have to spend time... No, you don't. You don't need to have to spend time on this. Don't worry about it. Well, some new worm food won't hurt. It definitely will not. We have ghostly guards not helping us. There's something going on here. Fear me, Nyrissa's servant. I am here to help finish you. Why is he not dying? I mean, he's certainly taking damage. Oh, he died. Good, okay. The Wriggling Man is ready to exchange his key for the life of the Gnarly Witch. Yes. I'm not sure if that is what happened, but that is the journal update that we got. Octavia got a bunch of items. The people who showed up to help us went away. And, are we all blind? No, we're good. Okay, let's see what the items are, and I have hiccups, I'm sorry. We have the key, braces of armor. Do you have braces of armor, you? No, not really. Those are really nice, though. Natural armor, amulet of natural armor plus 5. Is that the one that requires you to not be wearing anything? Let's find out. That does bring our armor class up. Oh, yeah, we do have that. What is that thing, then? Movement spell, or movement speed. Sure, you have natural armor plus 5. You don't have natural armor plus 5. You have natural armor plus 2, so you get that. And I have plus 6, in fact. The physical form over here for dexterity and constitution plus 6. Not bad at all. I mean, I do have other things that are really nice, though. Dexterity and constitution for you. Instead of the slashing resistance. What do you have? Strength, dexterity, and constitution. That is pretty good. And, yeah, that's pretty nice. And then we have Ring of Protection plus 5. I believe you might benefit from it. No, you have that already. Is that the one just for... No, it is for deflection armor class. It's interesting that that works like that. Ring of Security. I think you would want this. Deflection. Yeah, that's pretty good, actually. You have deflection plus 5. So you might want this instead of this. Plus 2 resistance bonus on all saving throws and spell resistance. Yeah, spell resistance is pretty decent. So I'll go ahead and give you that just in case you want to die or something. Because you tend to die. So, can you wear that? Good for you. What is this thing? Corrosive Quarterstaff. Nobody uses that. So, we're good on that. Mighty Fists. Good stuff. Okay, Wriggling Man is down. And we can just move... Oh, keep trying to open that. We can just move to the... Well, let's continue exploring here, and then we'll go back to the Gnarly Witch. Or Gnarly Witch? It's a weird name. I don't remember it. So that is actually locked. That might be where we're supposed to go. Let's explore more then. Because we didn't go this way on the other reality, but we could. We just didn't want to do it. Because I wanted to stick to the right wall. Just to remember where we have been and all that sort of stuff. Success! And another door that is locked, I think. Yes. I don't know who that was. And where does this go? To the basement. Have we been to the basement? Well, it's easy to oh, no. To the first floor, yeah. So we were just now in the first floor. And that's how we got over here, it turns out. Very easy way to get back over here is just to take the clouds. Another trap over here. Tavia very carefully moving forward as per usual. We got some interesting things. Scroll of glitter dust. And we've seen that already. We have that already. No enemies. As you can tell. But also not much to see. Just a little nook for you to die if you're fighting, which we're not, as I said before. Ooh, that's a cool enemy over there that doesn't exist. And for once was sort of alone, which is a bit surprising. Not much in the way of loot, though. Totally fine with that. Just some little rooms and whatnot. Surprisingly barren world. Seriously, it is... It's just basically a dungeon for you to fight, if you want to fight. There's really not much else going on. So, let's find out, let's do an experiment. First off, I'm gonna explore in the unreality. I believe we're, right now we're going in the unreality. Basically, I just need to remember which side I'm in, and, basically, that's good. So let's do an nice. Let's do an experiment. We are in the reality that doesn't have the Wriggling Man. Are we in the same reality that does have the Gnarly Witch? Let's find out. No, we're not gonna find out about you. Because you don't exist. Yeah. I think there's not anything. There's nothing else. Yeah, there's nothing else. So we can just skip our way to the end. And while I think we're gonna need to come back over here, certainly to go to the basement potentially. Although we might have come from the basement already. But just leave. But don't forget we're in the unreality. And actually, while I made a cut there, I almost teleported back to the reality or whatever, because I forgot to trigger or to change my lantern. Anyway, the soapy woman is somewhere in here, or should be somewhere in here. It's not soapy woman, don't worry about it. However, I really don't know. I really don't know. Is it here? I thought it was here. No. She's like in a... Ooh. Secret. Nice. I mean, not really, but a lot of money. Yeah, wasn't she like in here or something? Because I remember it being a relatively small, confined space. And that's why I'm a little bit confused. I also remember it being right at the beginning of the level. Something is happening.
What a beautiful place. Ah, the way it sings of solitude. No, just look at her. Walking around the enemy's lair, enjoying the scenery. You're a crazy goat. How do you even survive without me? Canera, how can both of us be here? Is this a dream? I don't know. Wait, what's that noise?
I don't think it's anything. I think it was nothing. Have we ever heard their voices?
No, this won't do. If you hadn't done such foolish things right from the beginning, I wouldn't have had to do anything cruel. And neither of us would have to deal with the consequences.
Very Finnish accent there, I think.
Canera, that's enough. We'll discuss it later. If we even survive. If you can even resist the temptation to scold and berate me. You're the one who started it. Oh, look!
Yeah, yes, it's Gilladel, says Canara. Canara, Calica, how can you both be here?
It's all because of the house at the edge of time. At least, we think that's why. This place, it's like it's split and exists both here and there, today and yesterday. Even the mirrors here show delayed reflections. I was wandering here alone, passed through the mist, and Canera was standing on the other side. It's a good thing I thought of going through the same mist and caught up with this dreamer. I was right on time for the Soul Eater. It wasn't real, of course. Someone had unleashed an illusion on us. If we didn't know that you helped save us from that creepy fiend, we might have taken the bait.
That creepy fiend. So you broke Nethys' second condition?
Yes, and the Forefather warned us about it. What's going to happen now? How about we put off these worries for later? It can wait until we escape the dominion of the insane Fey Queen.
Yeah, we have to go.
We are ready. For anything. Ready or not. But we can roast a few Fey along the way. Lead on!
Yeah, you're not coming with me. But it's good to find them. So, I'm betting that we have been to where the gnarly witch is. I don't know if that's the name, but I think it is. And no, she would be over here. I could swear she's over here. Oh, did I forget about to take the... Yes, I did. Very sorry about it. That's almost what happened. This is what I was talking about. That's almost what happened in the other area. So I'm going in the wrong direction. She's definitely here. Oh, it's a monkey. She's definitely here in the area. But I don't know where she is. That is a shame. Should have taken note. That's definitely not it. Was she here? No. That's to the gates, the frozen boneyard. Yeah, finding her is gonna be a pain. Or is it? It isn't. But she's also in the basement. Which means that the basement door that we saw doesn't lead over here. It leads elsewhere. There's more parts of the basement. So we're gonna need to go there. It also means that she's actually in the same reality as the Wriggling Man was. So that's fun. You are back, little guest. So, did you meet the Wriggling Man? Yes, the Wriggling Man is dead and I have his key to the shrine. The eyes of the gnarly witch kindle with a creepy light. Oh, a lot of creepy words recently. Serves him right. He wanted my crown, capital C. He always made fun of me, even by returning from the dead as a pile of worms. Let him rot now. Yes, let him rot. The witch looks at you, shudders a little, and fixes her robe anxiously. Ahem. Forgive an old hag. She got excited. I must keep my promise. I store the key to Nyrisa's shrine in my pantry, which in turn is locked with another key. Oh, where did you put it, old hag? The witch searches the pockets of her robe. Here, take it. As you leave my rooms, you'll see the door of the pantry. I also left some useful potions in there, so you can take them as well. Woe is me if Nyrisa finds out about it. I'll be feeding the worms myself. So please do your best. Goodbye. I'll do my best, don't worry about it. The best cookies. So you said as you leave your room. I did not... Oh, it's over here. Because it's actually kind of tricky to see. So, where's this key? Ooh. Oh, it's a trap, okay. Trapped pantry. Oh, we have another mirror. I foresee the game not telling us anything about these mirrors. My foreseeing is justified there. For a second, I see a familiar figure of the young wizard, but the image ripples and disappears. Yeah, we really need like a dialogue screen in those things for me to have any clue what's going on. So we just got a bunch of things over there, but not a key. Oh, that could be it. Lots of pumpkins. I wonder why. Definitely, it couldn't be because she is a witch. Pumpkins are well known not to be spell reagents. So, no key still. Unless I did get it and I am just blind, which is definitely possible. Copper rings, potion of bark skin. Yeah, we definitely didn't get the key. So I don't know what is going on. It could be that we're in the wrong reality. Oh, hi. Ah, little guest, you handled my trap. I was hoping to get a dead body. What a pity. Nyrisa will be disappointed, or perhaps she won't, if I bring her your head. I gave you a chance for us to part peacefully. Don't you care about your life? Spineless creatures avoid quarrels. I avoid quarrels. Thank you. I'm indeed spineless as hell, but I'll be damned if I can't finish this Let's Play. I have only contempt for those who try to make, quote, peace, unquote, and, quote, good, unquote, everywhere. No such thing as that. She sort of refuses to die, though. No, she died. Good. We have a key. It's good of her to keep a key on her person. Or in her person. On her person. Hide armor +5, not that great. Belt, mighty belt of constitution +6, not that great either. Headband of inspired wisdom +6, not too shabby, but not amazing either. Girona's amulet. +5 insight bonus on to armor class, and ooh, that's actually pretty awesome. I think you might need that. Because your current one doesn't give you armor class, and that is an insight bonus into armor class. Hiccup, I'm very sorry. Which is also weird. That definitely, yeah. That's very fun and nice that different types of bonuses to armor class work. For stacking and whatnot. But in a video game like this one, like it's down to the type of video game that this is. And this is a video game where you first off, a video game where you have more than one character. So that is a point against this sort of system. But secondly, a video game where you fight a lot. That's another point against this sort of system. And then there's another point, which might be the most important one, which is a video game that itemization it's down to ring of protection +1, ring of protection +2. Hey, yay! When I hear those are 3 points against having systems where your armor class bonuses will stack, but only up to a point. So you see that? Insight, armor, focus, shield, focus. There's even two focuses for some reason. I think I know why that is, because I have armor focus and shield focus. The two dodges and whatnot. Yeah. I had heard, and I have heard, growing up and after being an adult, people refer derogatorily to Dungeons and Dragons, and when I say this, you probably heard, you might have heard it as well. I've heard people defer derogatorily to Dungeons and Dragons as, oh, you got a sword +1 and you got a shield +2, yay, add +1 to your dice throw and whatnot. Like, people who know enough of how Dungeons and Dragons works and I say Dungeons and Dragons, of course, this being basically the same thing, and created to replace Dungeons and Dragons 3.5. But anyway, the people who know enough of how Dungeons and Dragons works to be able to criticize it and be able to know that they don't like it. But if you do it like me, which I grew up playing games like Baldur's Gate and Icewind Dale, it definitely isn't like that. Playing Baldur's Gate and Icewind Dale definitely is not like that. You don't care about the +1 and +2. It's like a secondary thing. What you care is about these cool-ass items that have a history behind them, and you find scattered around, and they're, like, super powerful. Like, I keep going back to the same thing. Early on in Baldur's Gate 1, you're, like, level 2 at that time, or not even that. You find a belt that gives you 18 Constitution. Like, it's not even +2 Constitution. It sets your Constitution to 18. So if you have a character who has like -8, or not -8, but 8 Constitution or 7 or 6 or whatever, you just put that belt on, and there it is. You got Constitution of 18. It doesn't increase your. There's some things that it doesn't increase because Constitution is used to calculate level ups, but it gives you a bunch of health, and it's just a bunch of other things. And there's, like, early on in the game, there's some boots that you find. They're kind of tricky. They're like level 3. That you need to be like level 3. I mean, you don't need to be level 3, but you should be level 3 one time you get those boots that render you immune to ice damage. And there's so many items like that scattered throughout Baldur's Gate 1 and certainly throughout Baldur's Gate 2. And I keep referring back to that game because that is a formative experience to me as to how good these systems can be. How good, unlike Baldur's Gate, in Baldur's Gate you don't have the similar bonus not stacking and only counting the bigger one. They all stack together. And it just works fantastically. I don't think it was a thing in... I don't think it was a thing in... Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, which is the rule set that Baldur's Gate uses, this limitation. So this is definitely lifted off the armor, the armor system for sure, but all the other bonuses as well. It's lifted off the rule set, the pen and paper rule set. But the thing is, the pen and paper rule set works because it's a lot of fun doing these calculations. And those +1 and +2, they're not really the focus of a system. The focus of the system is you trying to fiddle with all the rules for your single character. And you have days to prepare a single character. In a role-playing game, it's completely different. You need to, first off, you have a lot more information to deal with. And there's people who shy away from fighting, or from fighters, for example. People who shy away from spellcasters in tabletop because they just don't like that type of gameplay, and they're forced to play those gameplays here in this setting. So you need to just have so many concessions in a system like this because of the limitations of it being a computer role-playing game. But that isn't, like, honestly, this would be solved with a better UI, with a better interface. Like, it's just impossible for you to know where the bonuses come from. Because you need to look down here every time. You find an item and you see, okay, well, that is it says specifically it's an insight bonus. But let's put it to the test. I think it all works properly, but I'm not 100% sure it does. Like, for example, that tower shield +9. How exactly is that the case? +4 bonus to saving throws, bonus to armor class against huge, large creatures, +5 tower shield grants its wielder a +4 bonus. So armor class, it's a base. So you need to know that is... It says base armor class of 4, but it's just 4 +5. But the 9 is a base armor class, which it always stacks. So basically your armor over here has an armor class of 13. It always stacks. Can we confirm that? Yes, we can. It works well enough. But the thing is, it's so obtuse. It's so difficult to, at a glance, learn all these things. The system just you need a system that is designed from the ground up to work with these sets of restrictions. Because the game, like, I know enough of the systems that I know that this is a thing, that similar buffs don't stack. It works the same in... actually, I was going to say it works the same in Pillars of Eternity. The Pillars of Eternity has more or less the same problem. Just it's a little bit a little bit less of a problem because in Pillars of Eternity you don't have as many buffs. Pillars of Eternity is a different type of approach to items, a better approach to items. But it also has the same problem where you oh, look at me, I got +5 insight into this and +5 insight into that, or +3, it's maximum you can get. +3, I got +6, and then you go and check it. No, I don't really have +6, it's +3 only. Why? And you don't know. The game, I think, tells you in a tutorial somewhere. And this one might tell you in a tutorial as well. It's just, you need to design I mean, you need to design an interface, an inventory interface from the ground up to accommodate for that. And when you have that, the thing is, when you have that interface, the game becomes, all of a sudden, becomes super fun. Because, like, I know it's not common for people to think about it like this, like what I'm about to say, but all of our gameplay, I wonder if we can go in through here. No. All of the gameplay in any game is dealing with an interface. It's, like, interface design is crucial. It's so crucial. And some interface is just, you know, the in a first-person shooter, it's how your keys work and stuff like that, and how accustomed you are to them and how intuitive they are to work with. Sure, in an RPG, there's a lot more that goes on because, you know, top-down RPG, anyway, there's a lot more that goes on. So, like, look at how much fun it is to. So we need to go over there to the second floor. Look at how much fun it is to manage the kingdom. It is pretty fun, and it has an interface that honestly is it's got a lot of problems, but it works well enough. You learn to work with it. It's all about dealing with that interface, right? It's fun. It's fun to do. And in this game, in the main game, I should say, in the part that isn't inventory or kingdom management, you have the inventory management. Imagine if you had like little things that pop up. Like think of a game like those MMOs. What are they called? Warframe. Think of Warframe or Destiny, for example. I've only played Warframe, not even Destiny. I never played Destiny. I've seen people play it, but I have played Warframe for a little bit. And look at how the interface works. It's an interface that is designed to make you want to play, to make you want to level up all those little things, all those little skills, because you see all the bars, you see all the information right there and then. Because it needs to do that. Otherwise, you're just not gonna care. If you hide all those skill level ups behind, oh, we started over there. Interesting. I thought we would go over here. Either way, we're going to the basement again because I want to see what that is. But it's a system that is so shallow. It's shallow in the sense that it's just literally going up, you know, having your skill bars go up. So it's pretty straightforward. You just kill a bunch of things. We also need to go down there, by the way. You kill a bunch of things, and it works well enough. But if you don't really see those things, you're not going to care if you're leveling up your skills or not. It just doesn't matter because you're not there to play. You suddenly are not there to level up anymore. You're playing Warframe, and all you care about. Can we open these? No, not yet. And all you care about is just the action itself. But Warframe is more than just the action. The grind itself, the sort of the leveling up it becomes the loot collection and all that sort of stuff becomes the center point of the game because of the interface. Almost exclusively because of the interface. And that's the power of an interface. And when you start like with an inventory system as complex as this, you absolutely have to have all those little things show up. It needs to be super intuitive. It needs to but I know. Ooh, there's a thing. My character says this place is brimming with a wild, unpredictable force that makes your skin tingle. Using any kind of magic here might prove a real challenge. Don't worry, we're not gonna use magic. We don't need to use magic for anything. So it's just, I don't know. I don't know. If you pay a lot of attention, if you spend a lot of time messing around with your characters and whatnot, and learn how to, optimizing, min-maxing, and calculating outside of the game, most likely, or reloading a bunch because you respect and it didn't work out, or you threw away the wrong item or stuff like that, or maybe you just don't throw away items at all, or anyway, there's some optimizations that can be done to my style of play, to the way I played the game, specifically in regards to how I used my money, and to how much attention I paid to specific stats in the kingdom management, because we could have easily upgraded all the stats in the kingdom. But really, I mean, if we're never going back to that, if we're never going back to the kingdom management, it seems that all of that was just a fight for survival and not really much else, which is a shame, honestly. And there's also so many things, like interface design is so powerful. It's also tricky, admittedly. It's a lot trickier than writing dialogue once you have the writers, set up. Interface design requires it's tricky. We found the end, which is a heavy flail. Nobody uses that. But like, there's so many interactions in the kingdom management that deserve their own interface. Like, for example, the items that your people are working on, or like not people, the traders that give you gifts. It's very tricky to remember where everything goes and where people got their things going and whatnot. Like, you told Bokken to do this sort of potion, or you told that other person to do whatever the other thing was. And the items, they all go, like, the fact that you don't have a stash like Pillars of Eternity has, where you just have a place where you can see all of your items, just makes inventory management that much more difficult, that much more... You're under that much more pressure to not... Oh, look at where we are. And it opens from this side. Cool. You're under that much more pressure to not keep items and just throw them away. And also the fact that the items are just, +1 every once in a while. They're good. I mean, it's good to have a +1 or a +5 or whatever, because we do get those items. It's just that you need a multitude of those items rather than just the one. So you need to save them and just have them, like, all stashed until the very end or something, until a situation where you find a battle that you can't beat. Couple that with, like, the thing about trading in Dungeons and Dragons, and in a tabletop setting, and the reason why a system... Let me open the inventory here. I can't... we can't really see that, can we? Yeah, we have simple weapons and martial weapons. The reason why a system with so many types of weapons as this works in tabletop is, for one, you can have your GM just actually... Ooh, we found Shika the Many. Good. Oh, we talked to her before. Nice. You can have your GM just tailor the items that you find to whatever type of items your character uses. So if your GM wants to, not give you just rubbish, they can say, let's make this item. It says over here it's a sword, but my character, nobody uses a sword. Let's see, the charred, broken skeleton of a bookcase. You can barely make out the word on the plate in the upper part. It says love. So that's one thing. But the other thing, the most important thing, I feel, even more so than finding the right items in your adventures. Oh, that's a strength check, maybe. A water clock, similar to the one you found in the White Rose Abbey. The biggest aspect of it, I feel, is the fact that you can just tell your GM, I'm going to go to the market and buy this weapon. And if you want a +1, you buy a +1. If you want a +2, you buy a +2. You have, like, prices. The GM will tell you it costs this. And it usually costs a bunch of money, but you also gain a bunch of money. Because, it just scales pretty well, usually. Depends on the campaigns, I suppose. That was a hiccup, by the way. I'm sorry. But that's why it works. Like, you're never going to run out of... oh, that's interesting. You're never going to run out of your... You're never going to be in a situation like this where you just don't get composite longbows that are good for you. Because it's easy to buy. It's super easy to buy. Just ask the GM. I want a composite longbow +3, please. And it costs you a few thousand, but that's it. What is this? But in this game, it's very different. Sorrow, it says over there. Well, let's find this. Let's find out what this is in the next episode. For right now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Pathfinder Kingmaker. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment. Like the video if you want to see the next episode come out sooner rather than later. But above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.